Most fans of the TV series Charlie's Angels know that Kate Jackson exited the show after the 3rd season, leaving Chris and Kelly to welcome a new angel to the Charles Townsend Detective Agency during each of the next 2 seasons, while the show's ratings took a serious nosedive. However, what is uncertain is, was Kate booted off the show, or did she leave on her own? In this video, I'll do my best to answer that question, but first let me introduce myself. Hi folks, my name is Dave Sundstrom, and I like to think of myself as something of a pop culture historian, especially when it comes to music, movies, and television. Simply put, I love talking about this stuff. So with that said, let's get rolling. Good old Charlie's Angels. In the beginning, you had Kate Jackson, Farrah Fawcett Majors, and Jaclyn Smith. They were the 3 original angels that helped make the Aaron Spelling produced crime drama, which ran on ABC, one of the network's biggest hits.
From the producers of Starsky and Hutch, Charlie's Angels.
They work for me. My name is Charlie.
Meet Jill, Kelly, and Sabrina, tempting angels who could capture any man. Charlie's Angels.
I believe Kate was the first of these 3 lovely ladies brought on board to the production. At the time, she was the biggest star. Fans of daytime television knew her for her work on the gothic soap opera Dark Shadows. And after that, Kate found even greater success during primetime in another Aaron Spelling produced crime drama, The Rookies. So when Kate was brought on board to what would become Charlie's Angels, there was no reason to believe that she wouldn't be the show's biggest star. And as such, at least originally, Kate had the ear of producer Aaron Spelling. In fact, there are those out there who believe that Kate deserved a co-creator credit on the show due to the fact that it was Kate who came up with the ideas that the ladies would be called angels, as well as the fact that Charlie would not be seen and only heard through a desktop intercom. In fact, when Kate was cast for the show, it was going to be called Alley Cats, and the 3 heroines of the program, well, they were nothing like Kelly, Jill, and Sabrina. So on March 21st, 1976, the Charlie's Angels pilot film aired on ABC. The story focused heavily on Kelly, played by Jaclyn Smith, which was the role that Kate had originally been offered. And when the ratings for that movie were off the chart, Spelling and team, well, they knew they had a hit. However, when the show debuted as a weekly series in the fall of '76, everyone involved in the program quickly became aware that the breakout star was not Kate Jackson, or for that matter, Jaclyn Smith. Instead, it was Mrs. Lee Majors. Yep, she was the lady on the tip of everyone's tongue. Farrah was huge, so huge in fact that the inevitable salary renegotiation process ultimately led to her departure from the show. Sure, she would return from time to time and make a special appearance, but Jill Munroe was no longer on the show each and every week. At the beginning of season 2, a new angel joined the show, Jill's little sister Chris, played by Cheryl Ladd. And wouldn't you know it, just like that, Cheryl became something of a breakout star as well. It was during season 2 that rumors started appearing that Kate was unhappy with the quality of the scripts that she was seeing. I remember a TV Guide article from that time where Kate addressed those rumors. She said that she felt poorly treated by the press, who had incorrectly tagged her as the difficult one. You know, I get it. I truly understand why Kate may have been less than happy about the way that things had turned out. The character of Sabrina was the smart and sensible one of the 3 angels, and in a way, that made her character less likely to have the same appeal as Jill, Chris, or Kelly. But this was a choice that Kate had made because she'd wanted to be treated as more of a serious actress. And when you couple that with the fact that Kate was forced by Aaron Spelling and team to turn down an offer to be in the Oscar-winning film Kramer vs. Kramer, in the role that ultimately went to Meryl Streep, well, it's easy to understand why Kate wasn't always happy on set. Because of that, Kate left the program at the end of season 3. I believe that at some point Spelling himself may have said that Kate had been fired. But was she really? There's a lot to unpack here, because if you think about it, Kate was a big part of the success of the show. She'd been there since the very start, and like I said earlier, the show was something that she was emotionally invested in due to her initial involvement in the creative process. For the record, I personally believe that Kate walked away from the show. And while it's possible that Aaron Spelling and others weren't heartbroken, she still left on her own accord. As proof, I offer up the December 29, 1979 issue of TV Guide, which had an article that attempted to address, at least in part, the troubles that Kate had with the show. In that article, the author mentions Kate's criticism of the scripts that were showing up on her desk. But more importantly, I believe the article states that Kate proactively asked to be let out of her contract. And with that, Kate was gone. A couple of years later, the program would be off the air. But, like all good TV shows of that era, it was never truly out of our hearts and minds. And while there have been numerous attempts to reboot the franchise since that time, nothing quite compares to the original show, especially those first 3 seasons. Kate would go on to find success on television again with Scarecrow and Mrs. King, a fun TV show that also starred Bruce Boxleitner. That program, which mixed romance with international espionage, ran on CBS for 4 seasons during the mid-'80s. And during that show's entire run, never once did I read or hear about Kate being unhappy. Maybe it was just a Charlie's Angels thing after all. There they are, the original eye-popping, crime-stopping trio. What do you think? Did Kate walk away from Charlie's Angels, or was she fired? Please share your thoughts and memories in the comments section. And while you're at it, if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and what the heck, maybe even consider subscribing to my little YouTube channel. I talk about music, movies, and mostly TV from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.